Ladies with great parents. How has your dating life been as a result of having a positive role model and a standard for how you deserve to be treated? I have great parents, but they were not great partners to each other. So while I've always felt loved and cared for, their relationship was not a positive one for me to model after. Despite them both warning me against it. I got together with my partner when I was quite young, and to be honest, we are not very compatible. There are some big differences between us, and while I love him a lot, it's hard to navigate. Our relationship is one of continual compromise. All the frustration came from men. Not from me not respecting myself. My parents are very down to earth. Raised us with certain expectations to do better for our future in society. One thing was always hammered into us. We needed an education and needed to be able to stand on our feet to take care of us. Both my parents were highly educated professionals and expected all 5 daughters to excel. My folks had a very positive impact on all of 5 of us. I met my husband at 21 and married at 23 and been married for 23 years. My parents did object when I started dating my hubby, and it was because he was much younger than me. But came around. My husband is considered and treated like their firstborn king in my family. I can't imagine my life without my husband. I have really great parents and they have a very strong marriage. I was basically taught to never settle and search for a best friend above all else. I really didn't date at all throughout K-12 education and through college as well. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm against it. I just wanted something long-term and forever coded. Now, I have the most amazing partner who is kind, super smart, creative, and overall a very gentle man. I just love him so much. What is a moment or realization you had that made you think FCK it? I'm actually amazing? I'm a graphic designer. And years ago I was working in-house at a community college. We had to build a mini museum in the campus library. And I wanted to outsource it to someone who had experience with exhibit design. But that was shot down after we got some quotes. So I did it, wrote the copy, designed the graphics, advised on building materials and features. Seeing my work larger than life just made me think, wow, this is badass. Maybe I know what I'm doing after all. Now I jump at the chance to do architectural graphics because it's just so satisfying to take a blank canvas of a building and transform it with design. Realizing that I did a life-altering thing. Moved to a new city alone with no friends or family, having a partial physical disability, mild cerebral palsy, at 32. Got a great job. Rented a flat. Made great friends and having amazing experiences. And at 35 I finally feel like I'm out of the rut I was in and am finally living the life I want to. It's been hard, but I'm doing it. A lovely boyfriend would be great, but I still have time. I always knew I'd be a late bloomer in life due to all the obstacles, but it's really never too late. Now that I've been working for a few years, have seen how other people do, or don't do, their job and have reached a point where people come to me my expertise. I am certainly feeling pretty good about myself and my capabilities. I have full faith in myself to do a lot of things. Not to say that work is my everything. But for me that's where I can most clearly see my competence. In other aspects of life I think it's much easier to think that I'm just doing what everyone else would/should do. Since there's not similar comparing going on. What's an adult problem nobody prepared you for? I expected other people to know what they were doing and act like adults. I went into the army right out of high school and it went straight into college after, so I started a little older than a lot of other professional people at 26. Most of my coworkers that were fresh out of college or had a year or 2 of experience seemed like children still. I was so shocked when I went to buy my first kitchen table and found that the reasonable, no-name, generic table and chair sets were like $1. Oh. My 21-year-old self was like, why didn't anyone tell me how much these things cost? And when I bought my first house and found out how much it cost just to put blinds throughout a house. Basically just discovering the minutiae of how much it costs to put a life together. We spent a lot of time hearing about how expensive healthcare, food, gas, and other necessities are that I never really thought about the cost of an area rug for a living room lol. Dealing with end-of-life/post-life bureaucracy. My dad died very suddenly about a year and a half ago despite him having next to nothing. Me being an only child. It's been mental emotional hell having this all drag out just so everything's squared away since he had no will. It's been so stressful I haven't even had a memorial for him yet. Here's my advice. Despite most people thinking it's a taboo topic, discuss. Plan implement your end of life shit while you're healthy. That way, should the worst come to pass something happens suddenly. You can rest easy knowing it's going to be significantly easier on your family friends. It's already going to be hard enough on them as it is. How are some people confident? Confidence is entirely given and taken by others. The thing confident people have in common is being told how great they are their whole lives. Self-knowledge is key to confidence because if you don't know your origins, then you don't know what you are capable of doing. Honesty is the best policy for self and others because it is implicit to all. It all starts with eye contact. Make eye contact as much as possible but without being creepy about it. Over time your confidence will increase and everything else will come naturally. Weird how this has just come up. I'm in a holiday resort and feeling really insecure. Needed to read this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I personally don't really feel cringe or embarrassment because I say to myself 100% someone who has seen me do said embarrassing thing has done it before too. What helped me most with confidence was realizing nothing matters. So I get to choose what matters to me. Having a strong moral compass made it a lot easier for me to be confident because as long as what I do aligns with my morals, then why do I care what they think? Someone finds me a bit weird. That's okay. That's who I am. Someone dislikes me because I'm assertive. That's okay. I'm not going to feel bad about what I want, especially as I know if it aligns with my morals. I'm not hurting anyone by doing so.